Two, thank you for the sub. So yeah, our game is in 50 minutes, so we got some time. Joshua Ray, thank you for the 39 months. Jesus Christ, man, 39 months. That's not just 3 years. It's 3 years plus 2 years while I was away on Facebook, so it's 5 years. Bro, you gotta move on, man. Thank you for the 5 years of support. Shmal, Panda, Nathalis, Maifi, Dante, Shiroya. Dante with 37 months, bro. This guy's also been watching me for 5 years. 5 years? You can have a whole relationship, a marriage, and a child in that time span. I haven't done any of those, but you could have. Thank you so much. Yeah, I've been doing that. I guess I've been streaming for a while, huh? Good God, 5 years. I'm sure there's like a sub with like almost 7 years or something. Those are rare. I think there's a guy called Tree Stumped. I think he's on 7 years. Isn't it 3 years? No, because 2 years of it I was at Facebook. So they started watching 5 years ago. Those, are you paying the girls? No, I don't got that kind of money. Yesterday I announced the DSGGC team, and the reception has been very positive, so that makes me happy. And there's been some like discourse around it, but I would say they are the vocal minority. Honestly, they're not that vocal. There's like some chatter about it, but I definitely would rather just focus on all the positive support people have been giving because I really appreciate it. That's very kind of them. Hang on. Hey, dog. Chill. Chill for me. I'm dog sitting. I said chill for me. I'm dog sitting. Hello, Tupperware. That's my IGL. Hey. Hey, you gotta chill. Alright, I need a stream. Alright? You gotta calm down, alright? Tells in DSG just played TSM on the 15th. Yeah, that's crazy. We have 4 different games and 3 in a month, but we only have 2 different opponents. That's a great question. That's a great question. Why are you playing TSM again, huh? Why, Crash? Can you tell me? Oh, okay, you're real cute. Why are you playing TSM again? Well, luckily for us, our game against TSM was really close. So we have a chance. And the last time we played TSM, our sub have only been playing with us for a couple of days. And he was on like a guest PC. So I'm hoping the results today is different. Okay, you can sit here. You can sit there. All right, just no funny business. All right, so I think we have a chance today. I'm very excited. And if we lose today, that means we had 4 straight losses in a row, and I'm gonna kick someone. I'm gonna say now someone's getting kicked. I don't know who, but someone needs to go. Someone needs to be the scapegoat for everything. Someone needs to be the scapegoat. I also think it's unfair because, like, everyone's a little like sad about the losses, but realistically, over the last month, we had 3 losses. We won 2 and then lost 3. 2 of those 3 losses was against the number 1 team, and the one other loss was to overtime. So I like it feels like we've just been taking L's, and we have, but I think the team is still better than people think we are. It's just that we lost one close game, and then we had to play the number 1 team and get stomped twice in a row. So I'm still cautiously optimistic. Obviously, we do want to be able to contend with M80. The Moist team, Moist Moguls actually gave them a pretty hard time. And if Moist can do it, we can do it. Not that, Moist is bad or anything, but it's more like, I think when we go into the M80 matches thinking they're untouchable, it's kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy. Also, OXG took a map off the guard as well, and what made it really close. And we rode that exact same OXG roster at open qualifiers, right? So like, we can definitely do it. We're just it just seems like we're a little frazzled right now, which is understandable. We had a player change in the middle of the season, so that the role that everyone was practicing got mixed up. So this season might just be a wash at this point, which is okay because there's a more important season coming up. But yeah, at this point, I'm kind of just looking towards season 2, and figuring out what our roster is gonna really look at like. So we'll see. Split 2, yeah, split 2. Split 2. Yesterday we announced our GC roster. I'm still very pleased about my golden check mark. I know it seems something like superficial to be proud about, but I love that golden check mark. That's a nice golden check mark. So we have Jody, Kaide, Sydney, Tenzin, and Miss Tupperware playing in the GC Open qualifiers April 4th. So that'll be fun. Obviously, there was some backlash about it, but I don't think it's too big of a deal. I'm still keeping my eye open on the GC scene. I actually approached a team from Thailand and was interested in signing them for Game Changers because I wanted to explore like the Asian market. Because I feel like with my DCG men's team, I kind of have like the NA market a little bit. So I was looking into the Thai market. And like, there's a lot of conversations going on, right? And I don't make any of it public. I know I tweeted like a month ago, I'm looking for a GC player. And I announced this team, and people think, oh, was it all just like a publicity stunt? Did you actually have any intention? And yes, this team does not replace like a team of players who want to make pro play their living, Because realistically, Jody, Kaide, and Sydney cannot dedicate time to practice for 8 hours a day while balancing a streaming life and a content creation life, right? Um, but maybe like after this, Tenzin or Tupperware, like Tupperware definitely might. I mean, maybe she'll stay pro. Maybe she'll be more interested in content creation. Same with Tenzin. Like, does she want to actually give pro a try? Because Tenzin, I feel like is good enough. And she has played in GC tournaments before and have done well. So this is definitely more of a temporary thing because I couldn't realistically get a full team of serious players in under a month, like 3 weeks, right? I think I would just feel bad if I baited any players into joining and be like, I got nothing planned really. And yeah. So I just hope it's a positive experience for everyone. And I know one criticism is that I'm taking away spots from other GC players, and I just want to say to that the tournament is an open qualifier. There's no spots. Anyone can sign up. You don't have to sign up for this tournament through an org or through like DSG. You can literally just sign up. It's an open qualifier. You could get 4 buddies and sign up to the next one. They won't stop you. Anyone can do it. So I just don't really understand the people who are upset about me taking a spot from someone else. It's an open tournament. And also if they're talking about like the DSG team, it's also my spot. It's my company. I can't do whatever I want. There's no, you can't guilt trip me into putting you on my team. I don't understand. And also, final thing, the spot is still like actively being looked into. Like Quarter Jade is not gonna spend her next 2 years practicing every day, right? If I am getting into like GC2 or GC3 or GC next year, like you're not competing with Quarter Jade for that spot, you know? I like it was either a temporary fun meme clout team or no team. This is not meant to replace an like a team of players who just want to compete, right? So hopefully that clears things up. Again, it's an open qualifier tournament. Originally they had 32 teams, and I asked, was it first come first serve? And they're like, yeah, it's first come first serve. By the third, the sign up is open for 5 days. On the third day, there were still spots available because I was super nervous. I'm like, oh my god, did I not make it? Am I still okay? Is there still spots? I asked on the third day. They're like, yeah, no, we still got room, bro. And I filled it out. And on the fourth day, it filled up. And then they started like a wait list of a few teams. And they're like, hey, Riot, can we get 60 more slots? And then Riot granted those spots. And then the other problems happen where it's like, oh, we actually don't have 48 teams. So like we need to get more teams to sign up now so that we can like reach the 48 team cap and have like more inclusion. And that's what ended up happening. So there was a lot of spots available for the entire event. Nothing was taken away from anyone. So I don't know. I'm trying to be understanding, but it just seems very odd to me that there was even any problems with this. And regarding like me not signing anyone who like everyone who responded to the tweet for the men's team, I probably DM'd exchange messages with like 30 pro players. And I think only one of them ended up on the team. The other 29, it's like no big deal. Like my conversation with those guys went way further. And at the very end, it's like, sorry, Ocean's just gonna like figure things out now. And nobody had a problem with that, right? They all understood it's like that's how teams work. Sometimes you get on team, sometimes you get a trial, sometimes you don't make it through. So Yeah, it was definitely a different experience. I thought this one would go easier, but I actually feel like this one's way more stressful. Mainly because I'm also the team manager. I'm literally in the Discord with like 20-year-old like girls, and they're like signing up for their team, and I'm this like 30-year-old man signing up for my team. Like, okay, so what's the process like? What kind of forms should I fill out? Because most of these teams are just like five like friends playing together. And I'm in Discord asking questions like, okay, if I sign up on this day, will this be okay? What about streaming rules? How are the scrims gonna be streamed? Isn't that against the rules? Don't you need consent? Yes. That's why we ask for consent. That's another thing where it's like, hey, DSG's breaking rules. They're streaming scrims. It's like that's not a rule. That's there's no rule book on scrims, right? I mean, besides showing up on time and don't leak what you don't have permission to leak. And it's like it was like every time like Lydia Tupperware is responsible for like finding scrims, and she always tells them it's like, hey, this is gonna be streamed, right? And apparently a lot of teams are like, yeah, we know, that's why we want to scrim you guys. We want some eyeballs on our team. So it feels like everyone is like I'm a big proponent of finding like scenarios where everyone's winning, and this feels like everyone's winning. Like the opponents are winning, the players are getting experiences, like the coach Lydia's getting, as much as I like hate using the word like some exposure. I don't like using the word exposure because it's like, hey, here's your payment, it's some exposure. But I just like being able to showcase talented people. And like there are just some people who would find a way to be upset about that. Right? Is there a rank requirement for GC? Yeah, ascendant. Yeah, it's like it's I like win-win-win-win situations. Right? And right now it feels like that, but the online like discourse has added stress to some of like the players on the team because they feel like pressure. It's like, oh, are we not supposed to be here? Are we not welcome here? And I feel really bad about that, right? And it's also pressure on Tupperware as well because it's like she's actually from the space. So I think that's the only thing that's been a little stressful for me. Hello, Ken Pecky. Thank you for teaching my GC IGL yesterday. Now, if you could just throw today for me, that'd be really helpful. Look, Ken Pecky, you throw the game, and maybe we got a spot for you on DSG next split. Maybe. That's a joke, right, Games? That's a joke. I'm hoping Ken Pecky doesn't show up today. I'm hoping Can't Pecky shows up today. Probably watch with Tarek. I mean, he watches every game. I'm sure he'll want to watch. Look, guys, if we lose today, then we have more time. Toast, the criticism was not talking about GC spot, but a spot that could be salaried going to streamers. But no one's getting salaried on this team either. There's no money. There's no money. No one's there's no money. Whose salary? Not my salary. I'm down $500,000 this year. Who's paying that? They might not know that. See, again, like I can understand that thinking if I didn't outright say no pay, but I can ask Tarek to raid your stream if you win, which I will. I will ask him. And even with this tweet, I had people saying like, wow, that's really fucked up that you would take advantage of women, but you pay your men's team. Like, there's no winning. There's no winning. I'm trying my best. But again, I recognize that it's just like a minority of people that thinks like this, and that overall the sentiment has been super supportive. So I really appreciate everyone like cheering on the girls. Yeah. I'm this is for the record, DSG is not like a real esports org yet. We have made $0 and 100% of the money has literally come from my personal bank account, you know. There's no investors' money, there's no other income, we're not shilling anything. Man, you changed the header. Exalt. I think Exalt is such a great entertainer. And I have no doubt he'll still continue to be successful. And who knows, maybe down the road we'll meet again. But one thing I'm getting used to is the idea of like, you can't get attached to your players too much, unfortunately. Because every time like Ocean, like he's not planning to like make any big changes, but like sometimes I would have conversation with him like, oh, you know, what happens if this happens and what happens if this happens? Well, he's like, well, if that happens, then we might have to like replace this person with that person. I'm like, no, you can't do that. You can't give away one of my kids, right? But that's what esports is, right? So I think esports is interesting in that players change extremely often compared to traditional sports. Like in traditional sports, like players still move around. But for example, LeBron James was with the Cleveland Cavaliers for what, 6 years, and then Miami for 3 years, and then Cavaliers for 3 years, and then Lakers for like 4 years, right? Like when they change teams, it's usually in like 4 or 5 years interval, especially if they're the star player. But in esports, I think only Faker really comes to mind as someone who has stayed with a team for a long time, right? Like Tens is on Sentinels for the last, how long? 2 years? Before that, he was Cloud9. Bjergsen, yeah, Bjergsen's a big one. He was with TSM for so long. But notice how 80% of chat is saying Bjergsen. It's because there's not a lot of options, right? Like everyone knows the big names because there's like, you can count like maybe 5 or 6 of them. Kobe Bryant, Lakers, Michael Jordan, Bulls, DeMar DeRozan, Raptors, Tim Duncan, Tony, what's his name? Tony Sopranos? No, not Tony Soprano. It's Tony Parker. There you go. And I'm just naming basketball. But when it comes to esports, it's like you got your Bjergsens, You got your Faker. Definitely much rarer in esports. Um, so I don't know. I don't know. One bad BO3 and team change. Yeah, I mean, the lock-in event wasn't even like considered. It's not like the World Championship, right? It was literally one tournament, one BO1 tournament to kick off the season, and Cloud9 kicked half their team, right? Some has been on Energy for a while. Yeah, Som's another one. I think NRG definitely loves Som. I mean, everyone loves Som. And also, okay, let me see here. I think there's a big reason why Som is like in all the big NRG content. Okay. This might sound fucked, but this is 100% of NRG's YouTube content. And this is 99% of NRG's YouTube content. That's a joke. That's a joke. Artist is pretty funny. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just a big fan of Som. And he's also just really good at the game too. Like I think Som is one of the best examples of the most balanced Valorant player slash content creator. He's on a pro team. He's good at it. He's got a good stream, and he's got a good YouTube channel. Like he's the Thanos Infinity Gauntlet of like an ideal Valorant content creator. No bro online yet. God damn. His last title is You're Late. I'm late. We know that, Tarek. You've been late to every fucking stream. I had to call him to wake up for like the Sentinel versus Fnatic game. Who do you think will make the low bracket run? G2. What? I don't know, maybe. My confidence is at an all-time low. I can't even shit talk other teams anymore. We took 3 giant L's. I forgot what it was like to win, man. I'll be honest. The last time we won was against OR Esports and Mad Lions. The only 2 teams we beat are the 11th and 12th team. I need to know my place in the world. I'm not him anymore. I never was him. I just thought I was him after we beat Mad Lions and OR Esports back to back. But now I'm realizing maybe I'm not him.
Needs to bounce back with a good performance here. I think beating FaZe definitely get that kind of the motivation behind you that you can still hang with the best and and kind of replicate that early season form that we saw from him. So hopefully we can see G2 bounce back, but I don't.
20 minutes till show start. Oh, that's enough time to react to a race video on YouTube. Blind dating 7 glow up girls. Who is not in therapy? Who has not orgasmed? Ranking Disney adults. Rating 10 girls by looks and personality. How are you supposed to do personality?
Welcome.
Ah, let's do a chat.
Good humans.
Here's another episode of Versus One, and if you've ever wanted to be in a Jubilee episode, make sure you fill out the casting link below because we want you in here.
And I also just love Instagram stalking you guys.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Oh, it was just really stressful. During, I was like, I feel like such a bad person. At this point, if I hear another guy rate a girl, I'm gonna like smack him upside the head and be like, no, bad.
What's more important to you, looks or personality?
Personality, because looks go away.
What's more important to you guys? For me, it would be boob size. But you guys knew that about me.
I would say like 60-40, maybe 70-30, maybe like between those two.
What are these numbers? What are you, a mathematician?
Yeah, totally.
Oh wow, they just get strolled out in front of him, getting straight to it. I like that. I would be so intimidated if I was this guy. You have to rate these women in front of them. Can I do this behind like a one-way glass, one-way mirror? I can't do this in front of the girls. Ah!
Now I feel threatened.
So starting on the woman furthest on the left, I want you to rate them by their physical attractiveness on a scale of 1 to 10.
This is fucked. This is fucked. This is wrong. Keep going though.
Go for it.
Okay. I really like her hair color, but I generally go for like more of a natural look.
What?
6. I really.
I think she looks great. I think she's put in great work on her makeup. She's got eyeliner, poppin' red lipstick.
Really like
10
her
out of
hair
10.
color, but I generally go for like more of a natural look. 6. She's a really good smile, pretty hair, so like it.
Oh, she's got a cutesy vibe going on. Like, she's got big old cheeks, and I love her hair. 10 out of 10, because all women are queens. Okay, do we want to realistically rate this? I'll be honest.
I really.
If we're just going by physical looks, that's an 8 to me, man. I mean, I just think women are all beautiful. That's an 8 for me.
Really like her hair color, but I generally go for like more of a natural look. 6. She's a really good smile.
Look at that smile. She's cute. She's cute. She looks like she has a great personality. That's a 9 for me.
Pretty hair, so like a 8, 9.
He did seem very nervous. I saw at one point he like took a deep breath.
Oh. She's got really pretty eyes. 5, 6.
Really pretty eyes. 5. Oh, this is fucked, man. I can't do this. I can't do this, man. You're so brave, sir. You're so brave.
I like her glasses. Those are really cool.
Is this rate the looks or rate the glasses? Is that the only thing you could have said?
Wow, this is really hard. Good eyes, good eye contact, good smile.
I made really long eye contact with him. I don't know, I like blacked out a little bit.
Just not my type, personally. 4 or 5, I think I gravitate to somebody who's a little shorter. She's cute, she's got a good smile. 7, I'm gonna say like 6 or 7. 5, just again, I like longer hair.
I shaved my head recently. People get a little intimidated, and I think that it's not for everybody.
All I can say is this man is brave. He's a brave man for doing this in a video that would be seen by millions around the world. He's a brave man.
I felt like a kind of a misogynistic, terrible human being.
It's definitely. I understand, like, it is not. I think we all, as a society, understand you're not supposed to rate other human beings because it's like rude, and especially not based on their personal looks purely. And this man is like put in that position, right, where he's also like, he's got to be honest. So yeah, like, he understands that he's not supposed to be doing this and it's subjective, and he's being as honest as he can be. So that's why I'm like, yo, you're a brave man, bro. You're a brave man. And this is why people watch this. It's like, hell no, I don't want to be in this situation, but I will love to watch someone else be in this very uncomfortable situation.
It's not a good feeling.
Oh. He doesn't see their face as he's talking to them. Interesting. Well, okay, this part will be interesting because he actually doesn't know who he's talking to. He might be like, okay, there are this girl I find really attractive, and this girl I don't find attractive. They should have done this segment first. Actually true. Maybe. Yeah, actually true. I don't know what would be better. I'm sure they thought about this. Like, I'm sure the director of this video thought about which one to do first.
It's like Christmas.
A weird Christmas present.
That was subjectifying, my bad. Hi, girl number 1.
Hi.
Can I get a...
Oh, that. Okay, that made me uncomfortable. Cause he kind of was talking to himself. I was like, oh, it's like Christmas. I don't know what I'm gonna get. But and then she said, oh, that's a weird thing to say. And he's like, oh, man, did I come off as like, oh, these women are presents. Girl number 1's my Christmas present. I can't wait to unbox it. And he realized how that may have come off and like instantly said, my bad. That's funny.
Get a real name?
Yeah, my name's Angela.
Hi, Angela. Andrew, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Andrew. You know, I think it's always interesting, just like even retrospectively, to look back and see how people perceive you whenever they don't know you.
You don't know how I perceive you yet, though.
Yeah, I know, but it'll be fun to watch the video, you know?
I feel like there might be a a little war for power that would break out pretty quick. Probably a 5.
Again, this is all subjective to his taste. She does seem like a strong woman. Like she came and was like, that's a weird thing to say. And that is, you know, she's a queen for saying that because women are not present for you to open, Andrew. But he probably picked up on that. It's like, oh, she's the kind of girl that does not take shit and will call you out. And maybe he's not into that. I don't know. I'm making all of this up. I just met all these people.
I have a couple of really close friends. We're probably going to Europe this summer. I'm really excited for it.
You should be. It's so amazing. Where are you gonna go?
We need to like figure out the details.
So you're spontaneous?
Yes. Are you?
Yeah, very much so. I love that. 8.
Number 1 girl. Number 1 girl. Look, you shouldn't jump to conclusions or make rash decisions, but she's the number 1 girl. I'm calling it now.
I'd rate it an 8. When was the last relationship you were in?
I've never really been in one, so what about you?
About a year ago. Didn't feel like there was a spark as much.
What would you describe the color green to a blind person?
I don't think I would, because I don't think at that point it matters, you know?
It matters.
It was good. It was bad. It was like a 6.
I'm trembling like a leaf.
I'm like just now getting acclimated and kind of used to not having a mental breakdown.
I think I am having a mental breakdown. You know what you're passionate about?
Yeah, eventually I'd love to work with something with like humane societies or nature conservation.
Well, that's what I want to do.
Okay, why? Oh, okay. Oh. There's a lot to unpack here. I'm curious as to like why she's so nervous. Like, does she want to date him or something? Because the way she's behaving, she's like really into him. Because this isn't like, oh, come to this show and compete against 9 girls to date this guy. This is more like, hey, come stand here and a guy rates you on your personality and your looks. But she's like, she's trying to like, you know, get something going. She's rizzing him up.
Actually.
It was a good one. It just felt comfortable. It's like 10:30 at night and you're just chilling on an open road. What's your song?
It's this Christian song. It's called Reckless Love.
So you're a Christian?
Yes, I am.
That's
Are
cool.
you?
Yeah, I grew up in the church. I like had to step back from it all and redo it all.
I was the same way too. I grew up, you know, knowing God, but it took me having my own personal experience to understand him better and love him more.
I like that one. That was a 9. Easy. She
Wow.
was open and it was personal.
Wow, look at that. See, guys, it's not just about looks. She's religious, he's religious.
Do you have a big family, small family?
It's only medium size. I'm the middle child. I have 4 siblings.
Child? There was no real like excitement.
I like to go thrifting.
I love thrifting.
And it's like a good way to spend my day without like spending a lot of money.
LA is the place to thrift. Everything felt really calming, so I would have given that one like 8.5.
You cook Indian food?
I do.
Oh.
Yeah, I love to cook. A 7.
I'm Dora.
Dora?
Yeah.
Like Dora the Explorer?
Yes.
Oh man, Andrew, I bet she's never heard that one before. I bet you're the first guy she's met in her 20 years of existing to make a Dora the Explorer reference.
Or do you like to explore?
I like
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Fuck you. Like, it's, if it was the first time she heard that, I can get how that would be funny. But you have to understand, if you meet a girl called Dora, that is the lowest hanging fruit that she probably have heard time and time again.
traveling alone, honestly.
I do too.
Really?
Yeah. Where's your accent from?
I was born in London.
So I thought.
I visit and they think I'm really American, but then when I'm here, they think I'm like the most British ever.
Solid 9.5.
Wow.
He was direct and like had a good energy, but it wasn't overwhelming, but it was engaging.
You only get to meet one girl, either the girl that you rated the highest by looks or the highest by personality.
Look, I have the power of seeing everything. You know, but I am curious as to what he will pick, because if you guys recall, at the very beginning, he said he's 70% personality, 30% look. But I think if he had this knowledge, he would go for girl number 2. But he doesn't have that knowledge because he doesn't know the personality and the looks matching up, right? So,
who would it be?
I would say the girl I rated by looks. I like.
Oh man, you are so honest that I can't even be mad, bro. I'll be honest. It's like, yeah, you're just really honest about who you are, and I can respect that. You're so brave.
Liked her energy just from looking at her. Generally, it would be by personality, but for that specific case, I feel like that's somebody I would actually want to sit down and talk to and get.
Maybe it's because he knows who he rated the highest, right? Like, he took an assessment and he's like, honestly, I don't care if the other girls are like the 9s. This girl is fine. And even if like this, like my fourth choice has like a 9 out personality, I like the looks of this girl. So he knows what he's getting with the looks. He does not know what he's getting with the personality.
To know more, and I would want it to be longer than 5 minutes.
Hi.
Hi again.
Hello.
Hello. Did I rate her a 9 or an 8?
8.5.
8.5. Yeah, I knew it was somewhere around
Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome.
8.5 is good. All right, let me teach you. Let me teach the men in chat, the boys in chat about girls. You always gotta you can't give them the world, Now that I own a GC team, I must preface this by saying this is all ironic and tongue-in-cheek, and that's not actually how I view women. But here's the thing with ladies. You can't let them know that you're completely into them, You gotta make them work for a little. You gotta make them be the one to chase you, and that way you hold all the power.
Do you want to know what he rated you based on personality?
Yes.
He rated you an 8.
Oh, okay. That's not bad. I feel like it's kind of hard because it's like a 5-minute conversation. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you guys want to look at each other?
Yeah, that'd be really.
Yeah.
Why do they have to look at well, I get maybe they just look at each other, but they know what each other looks like. Also, this is so clears in chat. We're starting, boss. Good luck, man. And if you have time to type in my chat, and you have time to hit up a death match. Good luck, Joseph. But let me finish looking at women real quick. Your boss is busy.
Great.
Let's do it.
Oh, thank God.
Hello.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
What happens now?
I don't know.
She's
I like
giving
your eyes. Good
her
stuff.
his phone for her number.
It's really hard.
A white t-shirt.
Rating somebody on a number scale is kind of a insulting thing to do. A lot of people, they may actually take that number to heart and be like, oh, I am valued at a whatever. But you can't give a 1 to 10 number on all the intricacies and great things about a human being.
All right. Now show us the reaction of every woman to the rating. Show us the reaction. That's what I care about.
It feels pretty good. Makes me a little, it's like an ego boost, I guess.
This guy's still on his intro screen. God damn, bro.
For whatever reason, they
Right.
played it 3 times this year, but they didn't play it once.
Ascent, Fracture, Lotus. All right. We got more important things.
You're gonna give him a call.
If he gives me a call first.
Ooh.
Think of when he was rating you off by looks.
It was really uncomfortable. I didn't want to make eye contact because I didn't want to, I don't know, eye contact can be really intimidating, but it's also like a really vulnerable thing.
Well, it was different because this time it was like happening right in front of your face. It kind of happens every day, you just don't know.
How did you feel about the date?
I could tell he was a very like genuine person. Like he actually cared about asking questions and getting to know me.
You know, the weird thing was after all this, I kind of was like hyping myself up. Whatever the number is, you're like worth more. So I guess that's a little empowerment.
Can I just say, as a girl, I really don't know how it would feel getting rated on my looks.
Ooh.
Very brave.
Also, I feel like my superpower is my personality, so.
So kudos to all of our cast. If you are interested in being in one of our videos as well, make sure you fill out the casting link below, but also just follow us on Instagram. That's actually where we're finding so many of you guys. And thank you for being a part of this.
Everyone who participated.
Men rank themselves by penile size?
Instead of just trying to make it work, how can we make it work its best? How can